Hello there. So, can everybody hear me? Great to see you here. It's a beautiful, beautiful day out there. So, I just want to make sure that, can I get some yeses that you can hear? Fantastic, Donald. Thank you, Katrina. Great to see you again. Sergio, fantastic. Yep, brilliant. Okay, so there's no point in, yeah, Stuart, thank you very much. Really, really good to see you here again. Today is going to be the cracking day when we really show you behind the scenes. I've just got a little bit of warning for you. This is completely live, so you'll have to bear with me. I'm not, thank you, Scott, as well. I'm not the fastest of typers, and I do try my best, but I've tried to make it as easy as I possibly can so there's not too many delays and we can cover as much ground as possible. So I have got a slight apology to make. Yesterday, the questions weren't coming through properly now, and also I think that this bit of software probably has a little bit of the coronavirus itself, because literally it was sending emails out saying it started at 10 o'clock yesterday, and I've got their help support looking into that. So never had this with this bit of software go to webinar before, so obviously it's suffering from corona as well, unfortunately. I'm really sorry about that, and also I can now see all your messages. I do suggest, though, if we want to cover as much ground as possible, you may have had questions yesterday I didn't see. I know Elaine Robinson had questions and I couldn't see them, so could you gather all your questions and drop me an email? And I'm going to go through and give you the email address. And what I'm going to do is a video, what we call a Loom video, answering all those questions, and I'll send the lot out to you. Okay, because I've got all your details now. You're on my database. So, okay, without further ado, I will be stopping throughout to give you a chance for questions, but I'd rather get through more ground, get them down on paper, get them over to me on email, and I will answer all of them, I promise you. And it'll be way better for you because you'll get a probably more detailed answer. So without further ado, we will get started. So I'm going to make sure, I'm going to turn my webcam off in a minute. I'm sure you don't want to be staring at me while we're doing the training. So again, Facebook Ads Masterclass, this is the live version. Just so that you know, it was pointed out yesterday, people didn't know where to put their questions in. So if you scroll down on your screen, you'll see questions. So if you just literally click on that down arrow, type anything in here, and I'll make sure I keep going through and scrolling through to see if anybody's commenting. But I won't be doing that kind of as I'm teaching and going through live. I'll have enough on my plate doing that. So I will be checking it. So that's enough. So I hope everyone's clear where they can actually ask and sort of acknowledge things as we go along. Right, real life setup. So we're going to cover the campaigns from scratch. I'm going to go in and show you. We're going to cover all the campaign objectives, what you should and shouldn't do. We're going to cover budget and campaign budget optimization. Sounds a bit techie, but seriously, it's not. A lot of this stuff does sound techie until you actually know what it is. We're going to go into ad sets, targeting for different industries. Okay, something pinged there. Anyway, so I'm going to try and go through 3 different industries: restaurants, windows, and I'm going to cover things like for accountants and solicitors, and you know, they're slightly different, so I'm going to cover that as well. Ad creatives, what you can and can't do with your ad creatives, uploading them, or goodies there. What metrics matter? So we'll then go into campaigns I've run, and I'll show you what you need to be looking at to check your metrics and see if it's all working for you. And also downloading your results. Obviously these leads come in and you've got to actually download them via Facebook. There are easier ways, but on this course I'm covering for you how to download your results so you're not left in the dark, and more as we go along. This is completely live. I've done my best to prepare, but it really is kind of see what you get out of it. All I'm asking from you is your testimonial at the end. 3 ways of doing this. If you're not very good on camera, you're camera shy, a text testimonial with your honest view of the course. No point in being anything but honest. What you got out of it. Okay, maybe your photo is going to be fantastic alongside it. A quick, if you're brave on video or you're used to doing sort of selfie videos, video on your phone, message to me. Okay, Elaine Marie Sanderson, who can find me. I'll leave the links if I remember. I'll be emailing you anyway with this. Or I can call you and get chat, okay? And then we can have a chat about your business. I can call you and get your feedback. So that's the email address, support@zingleadagency.com. Okay, so we're going to go live now. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Right, I'm going to take that webcam off actually now. So I'm just logged into my husband's account, and because he hasn't got a business manager, what you need to be, right, I'll start from the very beginning. I'm going to assume you have a page. You've got a business page. So I'm going to go to this test page that was created a little while ago. Okay, that's a friend of ours. It's not his girlfriend. It looks quite funny popping up there. So I'm going to go on to his a test page we've done, and there's no cover photo. I'm not bothered about that. I'm going to show you. You imagine you're in your page at the moment. Okay, I'm going to assume most of you got pages. If you haven't, they're very easy to create. They're like, it's a 5-minute job, but that's not what this course is about. So you're going to be wanting to run ads. So imagine that's your page, that's your logo, and all you need to do is click more. Okay, this button here. You go to your ad center. I can't do it from my own account because I have got a business manager because I run ads for other businesses. My husband doesn't, so that's why I'm in his account now. So you go to the ad center. Okay, it can't be easier than this. And you then click on the left-hand side, all ads, and ignore, don't go there, because that's literally not the best way of doing it for several reasons. All you need to do is go to Ads Manager, okay, and then you're in your own Ads Manager, and then it looks a bit daunting to start with. So that's why I'm here today, to demystify the confusion. I mean, if I looked at that for the first time, I'd think, Jesus, what's going on here? So I'm going to actually sort of demystify it for you. I am losing my voice. Okay, so what you do then, you're not going to, this was ads, gosh, placed a long time ago. I ran ads from his account for life protection, things like that, many moons ago. So basically you're now in your account. Okay, so what you need to do is, you can do it either way. You can go to your ads manager and you've got all these options here. Now just be aware, you probably won't even use half of these options. There's only about 3 you'd ever really need to use. Now you can't run ads unless you put your billing information in. So you can either do that at the start, you go in, put your billing in, or some people set their ads up and then they're not going to run anyway until Facebook got your card details. So from here, let's make sure I've got no questions there. I'm going to minimize that. So here you literally put your payment settings in, and then literally put your card details in. Okay, so 12p, that's as of, I don't know why that says that. I've not been in here for a long, I did come in as a test, so, but anyway, ignore all that. You need then to go and put your credit card details in it. It couldn't really be simpler than that. So in a nutshell, that is how you set up your account. Go to your page, go to the ad settings. Okay, I'm going to send you this video if you forget, so you don't need to write notes. I'd rather you focus on what we're doing today. So let's go back to his account. I'm going to log out now because he hasn't got a business manager. So I'm going to go back into mine. Okay. Comes up with all these. I'm going to try and get my typing skills up for you today, but I'll let you into a little secret. One of my children did have my keyboard and they're eating toast at the time, and then all the crumbs have got under the keyboard. So the message there is, if you've got children, don't give them your laptop. So now I have to send it off to get it cleaned out. So there you go. So anyway, let's get into my account. The beauties of doing things live. I do not understand why Facebook is so slow. Right, I might have to do it a different way. It seems to have locked up. Okay. Right. Let's try it this way. Make sure I've got them right. I know why. I changed my password the other day. Right, that should get me in. Right. Okay, so here we are. Right, so for me, I'm going to go to my business manager. So it's exactly the same as what you see on your screen. Mine's just a bit more complicated because I run ads for other businesses. It is playing up today, isn't it? It's sods law. Right, here we are. So I'm going to go to my business manager, and don't be thrown off by all the data you see. You will not need this. It's exactly the same as yours. I just want access to a lot of accounts to show you. Oh dear. Right. So exactly the same. It looks marginally different. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Ads Manager. So when you're in yours, you access your ad account, you put your bill. If you want to put your billing details, great, but obviously you're going to have to at some point if you run ads. So we're now going to go in to the Ads Manager. Okay. So here we are. Right. So this is a list. I hope you can see my screen. I'm going to move it a little bit. You'll see a list of all my campaigns that I run. Obviously, yours is not going to be nowhere near as complicated as that because it's just going to be you. So what we're going to start doing, the very first thing you need to do is you need to go and create a campaign. Okay, so all you do is make sure you're on this tab here. Don't worry about the account overview. That shows you your stats and how many, your overall view of the account. So we don't need that yet because we have no data. So we're going to go and create a campaign. Okay, I wonder whether to stay in that one there. I'm in my clients. I'm going to go in that one there. Okay. There's a lot of campaigns running in here. Okay, this has got more data in. So, right, so I'm going to go and create my campaign, the very first step for you. Now, here we're faced, remember yesterday we saw the screen. You're going to choose your objective. So we're not going to be worrying about brand awareness. That's a clever little tactic for certain businesses, which really is beyond the scope of this course. I'm going to start with, as I said yesterday, traffic and lead generation are the ones that are going to be most popular and most used. So I'm going to start with lead generation because that's what we all want to do, is generate leads. Okay, so it comes up with lead generation. Now we're going to call it a name. I always like to call it my client's name to start with. So let's make up a company then. I will do the restaurant one first. So I'm going to call this, okay, my client's name. I'm then going to put in leads because I know it's a lead campaign. And I'm going to put this for a reason, but don't worry at the moment, no CBO. That's what I'm going to call it because that tells me that's the company name. It's a lead campaign and no CBO, which I'm going to come on to now. Now, I never click this, okay? I'll tell you for why when we get into the ads. I don't want Facebook deciding to do their own testing for me. I want to be in control of my testing. So I want to test 2 different ads, or it could be 4 different ads against each other to see which one performs the best. So I don't want Facebook getting involved in that side. So I always turn it off. They will kind of do it for you. And in my opinion, they don't do a very good job. I want to be in control. So I switch that off. And for most situations, I switch this off as well. Now, what that means, campaign budget optimization. If I said I want to spend £20 a day on all my ads, Facebook will decide how that money is spent. So it will become clear as we go along. But if I've got 2 ad sets within a campaign, Facebook will say, right, okay, well, I will decide how much money to put on one ad set and the other. When I want to be in control, not Facebook. Okay, there are certain situations I'll switch it on, but for the duration of the course, I'm not going to switch that on because I find I get better results in most situations without it. So switch that off and it'll all become clear in a minute. So we have created our campaign, we've chosen leads. That's the very first step. Okay, so in your account, when you switch down, I've got lots here. I've got lots and lots of pages, the different accounts. With yours, there's more there and there's more there. With your particular one, you'll only see your business page. Don't worry too much about that. You will have to click that and accept the terms. That's not hard. Just click it and there's a little button at the end. So click find your page, and it'll all be connected correctly because you're within your Facebook page. You have to have a Facebook page to run ads, and you literally click the link and then there you are, because it's got to know it's coming from your page. Do not worry about dynamic creative. It's a new thing. Again, Facebook like to take control of what you're doing, so I do like control myself. They literally get your ads and your text, and they'll mix and match them, and they'll decide what's working best for you. So I always switch that off. Okay, so here we go. Now, when you're very, very first starting out, some of you may not have a database of customers. Some of you may have, maybe use Sage, maybe use Cashflow, maybe you've got a CRM system, maybe you can export loads and loads of data from your customers, their names and phone numbers. Well, that's a powerful thing because you can upload that here. Okay, but I'm not going to go through that because I haven't got your database and I really don't know whether you have or haven't got one, how long you've been trading for, etc. So you can upload your database there and Facebook can target just those people, which is really powerful. Or it can create lookalike audiences, which means it says, right, okay, these are your customers. Well, I know there's lots of other people that look like your customers, so I'm going to put it out to them. It's a clever means. It's a little bit of a learning curve. There are do's and don'ts, and for the sake of this course, I don't think it's necessary to go through that because it's a lesson on its own. So I'm going to sort of take you through. Just imagine you're setting up your ads and you're kind of new to all this. You haven't got a database and you want results. So let's go to the beginning. So we're going to edit our location. Right. Now Facebook, I'll come onto this little chart in a minute, but I always use people living in this location. Now, people living or recently, most people out there, I'm assuming, probably sell in their own area. They might be national, that's great. But they do want living in this location because if you've got recently, somebody could have flown in from France or Australia and they've gone home again. Okay, so you don't want people like that. You're not going to be selling your services, hairdressing services. Somebody's moved back to Australia, living in this location, not recently, not traveling. No, most people want living. Just be careful of that because you can waste money that way. Now, most people, you may want to target the whole of the United Kingdom. Some of my campaigns, I've targeted Australia, New Zealand, Canada, US, Ireland, all the English-speaking countries. But for sake of this course, I'm going to assume that you maybe operate. Okay, I'm going to assume that you operate from, let's say, Wakefield. That's the first thing that's coming to my head. Wakefield, right? So Wakefield pops up. Okay, so you're in Wakefield. Now, you may operate within 25 miles from Wakefield. You may, offer your services in that far radius, but I'm going to assume that most of you maybe operate, these all are assumptions, honestly, but you can change it to 50. But I probably wouldn't go to 50. If I was going to go 50 miles, I'd be setting up 2 ad sets because you get very different results for different areas, believe it or not. So this way you need to test. So I would probably go maximum 20, maybe 25. I'm going to go 20 for the sake of this. Okay, but I'm going to run a restaurant ad, and I don't know many people that are going to travel 20 miles for a restaurant. I probably wouldn't, unless I was sort of on the road, as it were. So I'm going to go for, say it's a really good restaurant. Let's go for 15. Let's start with that. So there you go. So you've got your audience. It shows you here. You can zoom in and out. The other thing you can do is upload postcodes. Some of my clients may work in London, but they might not like certain postcodes and they might like certain other postcodes. So they give me a list of their postcodes. It could be D145, SE12, the first digits. So literally you can upload them. So add locations in bulk. Okay, which again, there's a bit of a learning curve to that because Facebook like you to put your postcodes in a certain way. They're a little bit fussy. So I'm going to stick to 15 miles radius, and that satisfies most businesses out there. So they seem to have changed this actually. Oh yeah. So you can put in your postcode you see there. Okay, you can even put an address and put, well, I operate from 15 miles from my home address. But postcodes, you put them in there. I must say it was a bit tricky when I did do it to start with, a bit of a learning curve, but I am in this mastermind group now for Facebook ads experts. It's an international group and we pick each other's brains, and I managed to get my answers from my group. Right, I'm just going to ask if everybody's here still. Can you just put a thumbs up if everyone's okay? Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, okay, brilliant. Sometimes you kind of get caught in a world of your own and you think, is anybody still out there? Right, so we're fine, great. Now, the age. So I will be going through a window ad as well, but a restaurant's quite a good example for certain reasons. I'm going to go through campaigns that are kind of opposite in some ways. Right, so I'm a restaurant, so really my age. Now, if I was going to be really fussy about this, I would probably test females. Right, so on this one, 18. I'll probably leave it open for now. I'm happy for anybody can go into a restaurant, can't they? 18, they can drink. So I'm going to leave that targeting open. I'm going to show you why restaurants are so open in targeting, because most people like restaurants. So I have run campaigns. I'm going to maybe just see how my ad set, which is the targeting, compares for men only. So I'm going to create 2 ad sets. Now it's telling me it might get 0 leads. Now there is a little bit of a quirk in Facebook at the moment. Again, the mastermind group I'm in, everybody's getting this, but I don't believe it. So if you get this, really, really take it with a pinch of salt. It's almost like now Facebook have not working from their offices and all working from home now. There's been quite a few little issues. Ads have taken longer to get approved, and things, strange messages are popping up. So I'm going to ignore that, because what's going to tell me why it works in a minute, I'll show you. It's all to do with this chart here. So I'm going to go for 1865, all men. Then I'm going to switch this on here. Now, maybe I would want to target people who want to eat out. So this is your detailed targeting here. Now, you can have all sorts of things. You can target on people's likes, dislikes, interests, age, job titles, industries, you name it. There's so many targeting options. That's why it's so powerful. And that's why I do encourage people to set up different ad sets, because you might get cheaper ad sets with one kind of demographic than you do with another. So I'm going to put either eating out, job titles. Well, no, my job title isn't eating, thank God. Eating out. I'm doing this completely live, so I've not tested this. Dining out, okay? So I want to maybe target people dining out, right? So if I put my target as dining out, no good. Now what we're going to do here, the audience size, we want the arrow pointing maybe there or towards the right. It won't get shown. If there's only 2,200 people in this area that have even put interest down dining out wherever on the web, it ain't gonna, that ad will not run. So I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay, but what I could do is I could put additional interest. Okay, eating, I don't know, this is so off the top of my head. Eating, right, interest eating. Most of us got hobbits. Okay, it's still not working. So when you put your interest in, always check this graph. So what I might do in this situation is I'm going to say, bugger it, right? Everybody out there goes for meals, as far as I'm aware. The odd might not, you know, we all have eaten out, haven't we? So I'm going to test that. So what Facebook does is says, okay, you've left it open. It's quite nice because I like this. It's in the middle. And you're only going to do men, so that's fine. And I'm going to find the people for you. So after, say, 5-7 days, Facebook kind of finds out who is actually clicking on your ad, who's paying interest. And after a while, it gets clever and says, okay, I get this now. I will now focus your ideal client. So that's why sometimes it's good to leave it open. Okay, now restaurants, great idea to keep it open. So now we're going to go, right, we'll save this audience. It's 18. So I'm going to save that audience there just in case I want to use it again. So I targeted males, and they were 18 to 65. And when we say 65, you could be, 105. It's just above 65. And it is Wakefield, and it is 15-mile radius. Okay, so I know exactly. I'm not having to try and remember it all. Okay, I know exactly who that's targeted. So I'm going to save that. Right, so there you go. We found an error. Don't worry about that. So we've now got our target. We've got 1865 male. I'm not going to turn that on. Okay, Facebook keep coming up with all these clever new things, and a lot of people don't even use them. They try to then decide to reach more people, which probably cost you more money. I try and do everything off my own back. So now we've got everything we need. We've got a saved audience now because I saved it. We've got United Kingdom, 50 miles radius, age, gender. Right, so no, I don't want to duplicate the audience at this stage. Okay, so that really, restaurants, is pretty easy. Just assume this is a restaurant. Okay, this will be the restaurant page. I always start off with automatic placements. They show them all throughout the internet, what we call audience networks, different websites, Instagram, Facebook, in people's news feeds, video feeds, desktops, mobiles. So I leave it on, and then later on we can go into insights and see if we're spending any money on, say, Instagram and we're getting no leads. And in that case, you'd come and turn it off. Well, I'm not wasting money on Instagram. Obviously, it's not working. But I always recommend to leave it on to start with, because you just don't know. It's all in the testing. Okay, the budget and the schedule. So we're targeted for leads. That's fantastic. Now this is where I say we're now at the ad set level. Okay, we're not in campaigns. I'm not telling my campaign how much I want to spend. I'm telling my ad set. So in this ad set, I'm going to spend £10 a day. Right, you can put £5 a day, but just be aware, the more money you put behind it, the quicker the testing phase will be. But obviously you've got to be realistic within your budget. So I'm going to put £10, and please ignore this. Honestly, it's very annoying, and we're all getting it, and I don't know why, because you're going to be reaching 770,000 people, for God's sake. So it really is a quirk, believe me. I've searched this high and low. I have a weekly session with a Facebook ads expert, and he's even told me not to worry about this. It can be quirky, so I'm going to switch to get rid of that. Okay, can't get rid of it. So we've got £10, and I'm going to go continue at that, because I've got a lot of people there. That's the only thing that concerns me. That is a lot of people. So do you know what I might do? I might just say, well, I'd rather really get them in 10-mile radius, because ideally, if I'm a local business, I'd like to see that about 200,000 to start with. So I'm going to go back to that. I'm going to edit that, and I'm going to just change that. So can you see as you go along, update, you have to sort of just judge it as you go along. Okay. So it's going to go down now. Okay, 420. That's just men in this area, 18 to 65. We're happy with that. Okay, I could edit that. I'll edit it. If I'm going to be really fussy, I'll change it to 10. Right. Maybe best idea, because you'll know exactly where you are. So there we are. We've done our targeting. And you can see how quick and easy it is for, say, a restaurant where there's no complicated, if you're after a high-end car or you're after a new roof, it's a bit more tricky. That's why I'm going to do another ad in there. Now we come to the ad name. These are the actual ads themselves. So again, I'm going to put in company name. I'm going to put the ad set. Now I'm going to do an image for this. Okay, not an ad, not a video. Video is a little bit of a different ball game. So I'm going to put this as an image, and I am going to put version 1. Okay, so I know that obviously it's just an image, and I'm going to test out different images. So everything's fine here. Yep, we're fine with that. So we're going to go and use the image. So that's been ticked already, so that's great. Okay, I'm going to get rid of the video. We're not doing that. So we've got an image ad now, and this is where your ad is created. Okay, you will get used to this. Just looks a bit daunting to start with. So we're going to go and add an image. Right, so I'm going to ignore the yellow. Right, the yellow one's where it means where the picture was too small. It's got to be a certain size. So I can't find anything there that looks vaguely restaurant-like. So I'm going to upload, and go quiet here. Restaurant, right? Okay, so I'm going to, let's have a look how I can view these. Anyway. So, right, I'm going to choose, they're all nice. I like that one. So I'm going to choose that image, and it's going to upload for me. Okay, a bit slow. So you've uploaded it now, fantastic. And then you go continue. Okay. It is a little bit slow, I must admit, the platform, so we have to be a bit patient with it. Why hasn't it uploaded? Okay. Very strange. Hang on. You will get this. You'll have moments. Right, I'm going to get rid of that. They get too many images that are distracting. Right. Okay, so I have uploaded it to the wrong place. So don't worry. I'm going to add an image. Do it again. Very strange. That's what I mean. It does happen. Right, let's go change image. Right, there we go. So we've got the image there. You will get moments like that, believe me. So what we've got to do now is ignore all that. Okay, we've decided, this again is asking you a question, where do you want to customize where you're going to put your ads? We've left it open, automatic placements. Okay, so here's your ad here. Okay, imagine this says Bull's Head or, I don't know, the King's Arms or whatever you want it to be. This is obviously only demo purposes. So the primary text is what's going to go above the image. So I have pre-written this because there's nothing worse than sort of watching people type. I'm afraid you're going to have to watch it a little bit, but okay, so I did think of Wakefield yesterday then, didn't I? Right, so I'm going to put that in there. Okay. Now we're going to ad copy is another thing. This is a very simple ad. Now, the most important thing is the first 2 or 3 lines, because that's what actually gets seen. So, hey, Wakefield and surrounding areas, here at the Bull's Head, Wakefield, we've got a crazy offer you today. We're giving away a free dessert with every meal, only available to the first 20, be super quick. So in there, we've created a bit of urgency. People think, oh gosh, I've got to get in quick. And what a great offer, you know, a free dessert, who doesn't want that? Now, I did run this campaign for a restaurant and we did get really, really good results. They did let themselves down a little bit because they weren't chasing the leads and they weren't there when people were ringing. So then I set up a messenger. I said, this isn't working. Let's just set it up on Messenger so you're not being relied on to ring your leads and, you know, they're ringing at a certain time, you're too busy to answer the phone. So we then set it up as a messenger ad where every time somebody clicked on the link, they got a messenger message. It took them through a series of messages and it gave them a voucher, which they brought into the pub. And they said, right, I've got a voucher, redeem voucher. And all the restaurant owner had to do is click redeem voucher and they couldn't use it again. So that worked a lot better. So there we go, the little side story there. So with a headline, so it comes at the bottom. So you want to sort of get people's attention. Okay, you want to stop them in the scroll that, oh, free first 20 only. And then basically, if you've got your primary text in your headline, you can put a description in, it's optional. Now, it doesn't show up on all placements. It might not show up on a mobile, but it might show on a desktop. So you could put time, limited, oh, right, only, something like that. Display link, I don't worry with. It's just basically putting in your URL or a shortened version of your URL. So I don't like the word sign up. I always put either get offer if it's like something like this or learn more. Now, in this one, we used a get offer because it was an offer. It worked well because when we get people getting their vouchers on their phone and then taking them into the pub, that is a bit obviously beyond the scope of this course. There's another bit of software involved in that. So you get the offer and then you need to create a form. So ignore all these forms. We're going to create a form. So we're going to go new form. Now, the reason we're creating a form is when people click get offer, they've got to be taken somewhere. And because this is a lead ad, we keep within Facebook. We're not taking them to a website. We're not taking them anywhere, but we're staying in Facebook. So I'm going to go new form. Okay, it's pulled in the image, which is great. Now I'll run through this really quickly. I just prepared to have a bit of a longer session today because it's going to take a little while to go through these things. So the settings. Now I leave it on restricted. Basically, whoever you deliver your ad to, they can't share it. Now that sounds a bit odd, but if they share it, but it's somebody in London and you're based in Wakefield, you don't want to be paying for a lead for somebody who lives in London and just because they fancied signing up for it, because you'd be surprised sometimes. So I don't actually, if they want to share it, they can tag somebody in. So I leave that as restricted. I leave it as more volume, because if you go for higher intent, people have to click another review step, and the more clicks people have to do, the less likely you're going to get your lead. So we leave it on more volume, the intro. So literally I copy my, I know it's only one click away, but just remind them what they've actually signed up for. First 20 only, free dessert with every meal purchased. Okay, so then we're going to use the image from the ad. You can upload your own, but it's nice to have that continuity. People will now recognize that photo, know where they've landed. Now, I do used to like paragraph or bullets. Now, you can write a whole heap of information here, like here at the Bull's Head, we offer superb dinners and desserts and blah, blah, blah. We have 5-star ratings. So I'm just going to kind of blag this, because I'm sure you don't want to spend the whole of this time watching me type. So just assume that's all my kind of blurb about the Bull's Head and how great we are. But maybe it looks better as bullet points. Okay, so we could put them as bullets. Okay, that's all your bits and pieces. Right, so it looks a bit better. Okay, I think it looks clearer, easier to read. Now the questions. So what we actually want from our leads is we're going to want their name, we're going to want their email, and the phone number, really. I mean, the more you ask for, the probably harder it is to get leads, because people are lazy, but I think that's the minimum really you need to ask for. So I'm going to shift that up there. So here we've got your questions. So crucially, what you need to put here, if you just confirm the details you'd like to share us with, which what Facebook tells us to, people are tempted to put the wrong email address, you know, and a phone number. So what we do there is we put something like, please, oh gosh, my typing, please give your correct details so we can send you the offer. Okay, now that people think, oh God, I better give my right details then, because I'm not going to get this otherwise. Okay, a little trick there. So don't do what Facebook tells you to do. So we're also going to full name, email, and we're going to want their phone number, contact fields, phone number. Okay, so that's fine. You're all done there. Okay. So that's what you'll get coming through. Privacy policy, yes, you need a privacy policy. Don't put the wrong one in, because your ad will not get approved. So yeah, need privacy policy. A link to your website, so it could be bullshead.com/privacy policy. If you haven't got one, I'm sure you can Google standard ones and maybe get it checked over, get your web guy or web woman to put it up for you on your website. So let's just assume you put that in there. You can put disclaimers. I could put this applies to terms, right? Terms. This applies to one family per voucher, only to be redeemed before the 30th of March or April. All the rules there. So, okay, so let's come out of that. Now the thank you screen. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh gosh, honestly, if I could learn to type. I do a lot of the Google typing where you talk things in. Thank you so much for signing up. Something like that. Okay, and then your info has been sent to Bull's Head. You can put what you like there. You could put please ring us to claim your spot before you lose out, something like that, a bit of urgency. Now, here you've got 3 options. You can either take them to your website, you can take them to what we call a landing page, where yes, you can take them to a home page, but yeah, you can, I suppose. You can as a tester, but really and truly, if you're going to do this properly, you need a page where it says, great, you're now on our website, really pleased you signed up for the free offer, can't wait to see you. In the meanwhile, call us, something like that, on a landing page. And I'll show you an example in a minute. Or if you kind of wanted them to download a form, just say you're a solicitor and you want them to download a form, you press that one, and it will, obviously you need that form somewhere on a website, so that document as a PDF on a server. So what you can put there is, okay, I'm getting distracted now. I'm going to put, or you can put call the business. I've done that many times, so you could put the number in there, 019, I don't know, and then literally they call from the ad. So that's quite a good way if it's something like a restaurant. If you want them to go to your website, yeah, you can do that. Or if you're an accountant, you can get them to download their free report or whatever you've offered them. Right. Okay, so, but I'm just going to, for now, I'm just going to put in call business because it might not let me through because UK. Once you've set one up though, just be aware, it speeds up then because you're not having to reinvent the wheel. Okay, I'm going to leave that. I'm just going to put You get the picture. Right. And we're going to put call now. Right. In a sense, you've got to name your form. So I would name it your client's name, Bull's Head, lead form. Okay, now you've saved that. So there you go. This is hard work done. You'll now see it's really super quick. So we're going to save that. So Facebook now knows. It now knows. Oh, what is wrong with it today? Okay. Right, so it now knows, here we are, to use that form. I've not saved it properly, but you'll click on that form and that will be the one it connects to. Right, so I've created many forms for this client, all different options testing, different offers, all sorts. So you'll click that one and you'll use that lead form. And then when you're done, you press confirm, okay? Confirms your items. And don't be scared about doing this because if it goes into review, you can actually put it on pause straight away. Okay, so I do not want to spend money on that because I've not set it up correctly. It's only for training. So in a minute, I'm going to put it on pause. It does take a little while. God, I realise it's 11:45 and I've covered one. So that's the first one. So I'm going to put that on pause. So what I'm going to do now is say, right, okay, I've now got this ad set. We've got the campaign. We've got the ad set. For some reason, I must have named the ad set. So what I'm going to do is just name it there. So I'm going to rename it. You can do it from here. Bull's Head. Just something like that. Right. Okay, that'll do. 10 miles. So save to draft. So that's fine. We've got the ad set. So now on this particular one, I only, okay, so let's just go. So we've got the ad set and we've got the ad. So now we've got the ad. It's only targeting males and it's in this campaign. And we're going to be spending, was it £20 or £10 a day? Yeah, £10 a day we're spending on it. So now I think, okay, I want to target women as well to see which one performs better. So I'm just going to duplicate that. I don't have to do this all again. And I'm going to duplicate it. So it also puts the ad in there for me. So I'm not having to reinvent the ad because if you're going to change anything, only change one thing at a time. So now I've got my ad with just men, and I'm also going to do one with women. So I'm going to go and edit that and change that, and it's going to be women. So I've got one for men and one for women. Okay, and I changed my ad set name there. I'd make sure that I named it men and women. Okay, but I'm not going to go into that. I mean, that's easy stuff. So we've both got the same ad now, but completely different ad set. So with the men, we have got, no, with the females, we've got 420,000. It says it's nice and targeted. I'm going to ignore their message there because there's no way that that won't get leads. I've questioned this many times, I've said. This one here is, right, hang on, female, male. Okay, they seem to be, so what I do now is I'd go in and change it again. Right. So now you've got one for men and one for women, and you've got the same ad in both. Okay. So you check it all. Okay, so there you go. That is setting up an ad. Now, if I wanted to say, right, okay, I maybe I want to test the images. I'm in my ads now. I want to test an image. So if I go into my ad set, I've got now one for men and one for women. One for men and one for women. If I untick them both, it will show me both ads because I'm now going to look at both. So I've got both ads in there. But if I've just got, say, if I go into my campaign, I think that was the one for women, it'll only show me one ad because I've only got one ad for the women. So now I think I'm going to test a different image. So I'm going to duplicate the ad now because I want two ads for women. I'm going to duplicate it. I'm just going to chuck a different picture in there because different pictures get different results. So we've now got two ads. Okay, now it's got a copy here. So I'm going to call it version 2. If I'm going too fast for you, you can rewatch this video. Version 2. And then we're just going to go and change the image. Okay, let's just go and edit the image. Change image. And we're going to upload another image. And I'm going to choose that one this time. So instead of reinventing or duplicate your ad sets, duplicate your ads. Right. I think I might have only a time for another campaign actually. Right, okay. It's decided to be very slow. Here we are. You will find it. I really, that's the only thing that bugs me. It's a little bit slow at times. So a different image creates different results, believe it or not, and you'll know very quickly what works and what doesn't. Okay, so I'm going to publish that, and that's going to go in to this ad set here. Now I think I've not named them men and women, but you get the gist. One's for men. That's the campaign. That's the ad set. These are the ads. Okay. And in a nutshell, what you then do, so now I've got one ad set with two ads in. Okay. Now you just go back to the other ad set. You can either duplicate this into the other ad set, or the easiest thing to do in this case is just go into your other ad set and again, just go and do exactly the same. If you've got lots of ads, you can just duplicate them into different ad sets. But literally that is how you set it up. I think that probably shows you enough because I do want to show you another one. So let's just make sure I've not switched those on or they've not gone into review, because once you publish them, you'll see a little review sign and then you are in review. It can take anything from a half an hour to a day to get reviewed and get them approved. But before I move on, I just want to quickly show you how you get your leads. So on this particular one, this has got 56 leads. Average cost is $12.16 a lead. How do I get the leads off? Well, let's just do that before I move on to the window campaign. Okay, so here, if I've gone too quick there, you go into your campaign, you click your arrow on, you click the tick button on that campaign, you go to your ads, and they're all here. So ad set name, they're all different ad sets, 4 different ad sets, all targeting slightly different people. So you download them. So if I click that, it's downloaded on top of my computer. Okay, so literally that's all you do. I seem to have gone back onto, okay, I've got filters on now. Right, so I'm going to go do that again. I'm going to go there and I'm going to show you where to download them. So you literally click on these buttons here and you'll download your leads, and they'll come in a CSV format, and you'll have a form of all your leads. Okay, let's go for a window campaign. I will do leads again. I think I've only got time for another one because we're running on to. So I've run through the basics. I've talked about duplicating ads. I do want to just show you kind of a couple of landing pages you can have. If you decided not to keep people within Facebook and create a lead form, you would go for website conversion. So let's have a think about this. I'll probably set up a lead ad actually for Windows, or shall I set up So I think, well, I'll tell you what, we'll go through that. I literally will set up a new campaign. I'm going to try and be as quick as I can because we've gone through. We're going to go for, I'm going to go for leads, okay? Because traffic's very similar. The only thing with traffic is instead of the lead form, you'll just get a web link to send people to. Okay, because I think leads are a bit more informative. The only difference is, honestly, is you just get somewhere you put a link in, people click it and go to that website. So leads, I'm going to do leads. So I'm going to call it, I don't know, Win Windows. God knows why. So I'm going to turn off CBO because I want to set the campaign at ad set level. I can zip through this now. I can choose my page, whatever you're called, Win Windows, it will come up there. I'm going to not use custom audience. I'm assuming I've got no list, and that's a little bit techy, so I'm not going to go a little bit, but you know, very achievable. So United Kingdom, living in, as we said before, I'm going to go for our hometown, Chesterfield, there we are, and I'm going to do a 20-mile radius. Oh, okay. It's gone for 19, it doesn't really matter. Okay. 20-mile radius. I'm going to choose all, okay. I find it's very, very much 50-50 really in this industry, really. So I'm not even going to bother that because I am aware that not everybody's interested in Windows. With restaurants, I can split it men and women because there's that many people out there. With something like this, I'm not going to narrow my audience, okay, too much. So I am going to narrow the age because most people who have Windows really are not 18. I don't think we've ever sold any of my husband's business to an 18-year-old. So we also track sort of the higher end market. So I generally use an older person. So you'll see that's come down to 830,000. Okay, so I'm not going to target anybody because not everybody is a homeowner, and the only reason you'd want Windows is if you're a homeowner generally, unless you're a landlord, and because of businesses as well. But unfortunately, Facebook don't let you target homeowners. It's taken that away because it's discriminatory and they don't like it. So other ways of putting in how people are a homeowner is people who are interested in home improvement. Okay. Now, if I put in home improvement, I can then also put suggestions. So you're not going to be interested in home improvement unless you really own a home. So it will now give me options, suggestions. So I'll put in renovation. This is building it up now, you see. I've now got, if I take renovation away, I've only got 1,000 people. So you need to add the list. So I'm going to be putting renovation. I'm going to be putting, so I don't want employers, sorry, take that out, that's why. Renovation, okay. Home improvement, interest. I'm only interested in interest. I don't want people who are like working for a renovation company. House renovation, let's just go to interest again. Home repair, not really. Home construction, maybe. Home improvements, yeah. Okay, things like gardening. Obviously, I don't think you'd be interested in gardening. I've never used gardening, but it was something I came across the other day and I thought, oh, that might be a good idea, but I'm not going to put it in here, but it might be worth testing. House renovation. I need to use my suggestions. Home repair, maybe. Yeah, well, yes. All these things that people are actually interested in. Okay, and we've got a nice audience there, 260,000 in our area. It's going to take a little while for those ads to work its way through that many people. So I'm happy with that. Age is right, audience is right. We will save the audience. I'm not going to do it now because of time, but you'd save it something like Chesterfield, 20 miles, renovation, home improvement. So you know exactly. Here you go. You put your title in there. So I'm not going to save that, but you can use it again, you see. You can use it again without having to reinvent it. So I'll leave the daily budget. I do like to spend about the minimum £5 on an ad. So if we've got an ad set with 2 ads, I'd want to set that ad set to £10, so that it's using £5 on each ad. So this is an ad set. the more the better, really, honestly, to test with. You get your results quicker. So I'll leave that at £20 a day. It might be outside people's budgets, and that's fine. But you know, if you've got the money and you want to test quickly, this is only training anyway. So we're going to go continue. And I'm going to quickly set up what we call a carousel ad. Okay. There are such things as video ads, which I'm not going to go through because obviously you've only got so much time. So we're going to go and set up. Well, carousel is where people can flick through images. So we're going to go select image. And I'm going to really chuck any photos. You'll have to upload yours. You'll have to either get them from your own Facebook page or your Google My Business listing or off your phone, you know, wherever you keep them. So I'm going to throw some photos in here. Right. So headline, just as well, I did type this out, isn't it? There's different offers, okay? Things that work in some areas might not work in others. It depends on your competition, what they're up to. It's all about testing. You can even download a free report of the 7 biggest mistakes you can make when installing your Windows. We've got one on our website. We get a lot of downloads off that. People interested. You've got to target somebody warm. You can retarget them. There's lots of different tactics, but a typical one to start with is something like so much off windows and doors. But just be aware this has been seen quite a lot, and it's all worth in the testing. And I put it in the wrong place, so I'm going to take that out. Oh no, I haven't put it in the right place. Okay, so that comes at the bottom. Okay, going to put learn more, learn more. And just be aware, like window companies, a lot of people have seen, or it's got a bit of a bad reputation with like Everest and Safe Style and Anglian on these sort of companies going out at black suits and briefcases and trying to get people to sign up on the dotted line, even if they're 85. You know, it's a bit of a bad reputation, this industry. So just be aware of that within your, you know, if you put get offer, it just sounds a bit salesy. You know, so I'm going to come on to that in the copy, actually, get a bit carried away. So I'm going to copy that there. These are very simple ads. So I'm going to put the primary text in there. Now, I probably would add something like, we're offering something crazy today. I would put a little bit more text. We're a local business. We've got so many good reviews. Just check ourselves out on Google reviews. We care, you know, we're not your typical sales. A bit more text, because it just depends. Like with the restaurant one, you probably grab people straight away. They won't want to read anymore. They want their free dessert. That's it. But something a little bit more sensitive, higher value, a little bit more text. People really interested will click and read it and get sort of a more trustier view of you. So there you go. So basically, not just on that image, we've got the one there. Now we're gonna go to number 2. We're gonna load another image. Okay, I'm chucking anyone's in here. They're not windows more there. Also be aware that if where you can use people with photos with people in them. I'll grab one now. People do. It's a social platform. It's a bit more difficult, windows and doors, but where you can, maybe just introduce your company, maybe a picture of the owners, something that humanises it all. So what you need to do is go back to one and copy and paste that in each one of those. Don't forget to do that, because obviously when people are scrolling, they won't see this at the bottom. So you want to put your headline. Description's optional. Sometimes it gets seen. I'd leave that really. I generally tend to leave that. It only gets seen in certain placements. So literally there's your ad setup. Learn more now. We've gone through creating forms. So if I want to use that form or duplicate that form, I can use the same form. I could change it. I could put Windows. I'll quickly go through this again. More volume. Not much reason to use high intent. I've never used it. I can see why people use it, but we're after leads here. We're not going to try and restrict the leads coming in. There you put your headline. Your image comes through anyway. You put your bullet points. We've got the information. Then we've got your privacy policy. And in this case, we are taking them to a website. So for more information, click here now. So in this particular case, we are taking them to, I don't know, I'll have to copy it and paste it, see where we take them to. I can't remember. Yeah, when I said about getting your images off Google reviews, you can literally see all your photos and download them from your Google if you've got a Google My Business listing. So this is where they get taken to. It's a page where it's a special discounted offer. So they go, oh yeah, that's right. You're not just taking us to some random page. It's a special discounted offer. Call now, book your appointment, receive your special offer discount. So that's what I mean about kind of making your landing page, you know, in line with your offer. Okay, so that's a lot to go through. I did want to go through another one for accountants. Now, I just want to go through a bit more on targeting. So I'm not going to save that. Let's come out of that. It's targeting that's really key. So I'm going to go back to audience. Now, with accountants, you can set up the same sort of ad. Just say you want to have a report for the 5 biggest tax saving tips of the 2020, something like that. You've written a report on that. You've targeted it at business owners, and you want to take them to a landing page. I'll show you one of my landing pages. I was doing a download of how to get to the top of Google quickly in local SEO. I've done a course on it, and this was one of my landing pages. I took them to this: discover the 5 free and quickest steps to get your business on the first page of Google quickly and get the quality leads you need. So people download this, it tells them what they get, they take them to a form. So that is what we call a landing page that you create. This is also a landing page on his website. So you don't have to have it on your website. There's another technique, but most people will probably put the landing page on their website. Or if you're really sophisticated and you're a window company, you can take it to a website where people can get their online quote there and then. So what else am I going to cover? A little bit more on targeting. So I'm going to take this targeting out, and I'm going to assume I am an accountant, and just say I only deal with businesses. Okay, so I'm looking for businesses. So I've got to look for people. I'm going to look for I'm going to look for managing directors, managing job. Let's go to job titles. You go browse, demographics, work, job titles. I'm going to look for, I don't know, directors. I know it comes up. I've tried this before. Let's do it here. Directors. Should come up with job titles. Okay. Let's try something else. Managers. Management. Okay. They do change all the time. Demographics, work, job titles. That's really odd. Okay. I'm just put business. Okay, I might have to go back to my campaign to have a look at that one. See what my demographics were. Right, hang on. Just come out of all that. What I'm trying to get across is something very straightforward. Because you can, I'll talk as we're going through. So basically you can include certain people, but they also have to match this, but they have to exclude this, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go back to my account. And then I think I've probably blown you away with all this information. Right. Okay, I'm going to try this one. Right, this was ad. You end up talking to yourself as well when you do these ads. My kids think I've gone mad. Right. Audience. Okay. Right, so in this case, I'm talking about legal people. I was advertising to Guernsey, New Zealand, Canada, UK. Right, this is what I did. So this is a really good example, so I'm glad I've done this. So we basically included people that were business page admins. That means they actually ran a business. They were small business owners or a business owner, manager, director. They were owner, manager, sole proprietor. I wanted everybody like that. But I also wanted them interested in search engine optimization. So you can also match search engine optimization. There's no point me trying to get this course out to people who were interested in, I don't know, loading warehouses. You know, I wanted people who are interested in search engine because what my report was on really getting to the top of Google. But I also must match digital marketing. Okay, so it was really targeted. All the business managers really interested in this stuff. So you can target, must also match. So that's what we call narrowing down further. But say I wanted to exclude people that, well, yeah, I want all these managers, but I do not want, let's just say I don't want, I don't know, to say I didn't want, I have put sole traders there, but say I didn't want the sole traders, but must exclude sole traders, sole proprietorship. Okay, so you can just say, okay, let's just, at the top of my head, a photographer may want people getting married, so you can target, believe it or not, people getting engaged, people, single people. So what would you want to do? You do, well, I want to target people getting engaged, which is possible on Facebook, but I want to exclude single people, or I want to exclude, I don't know, whoever, you just don't want anybody to see it if they're in a certain category. A flower shop, just say people are getting married, you want to include people with birthdays, anniversaries. You can even include people with birthdays in January, February, March. But I don't want to include maybe people who are getting married because flowers are different for weddings than they are for birthdays. Things like that. Okay. So I hope that's given you an overview of the whole kit and caboodle. So how does let's have a look. Keep on losing audio. Oh, sorry, Sergio. I had to switch this down. This is not working. Oh, well, Sergio, I am actually going to send I'm sending it to you. So rather than a website. Okay. Any questions, please email me. I think that's the best idea. I do hope this has given you a really, really good overview. And I hope you got a lot out of it. Any questions, please, would like more information on. Okay. Now, the problem is it's not coming through. Let's have a look. On managing the leads, right, rather than a website, can you direct them to? Okay. I'm going to screenshot it. I really want you to send me these questions because this is not working. I'm constantly, I don't know why Sergio's losing audio there. Rather than a website, can you direct them to your Facebook page? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can direct them to Facebook. It's not the best thing to do. It really isn't, because what can you do on your Facebook page? You need some call to action. You need people to be giving you leads. Yes, you can, but I probably wouldn't suggest that's a good idea unless you're after page likes. So any questions, I'm really more than happy to do a video and take you through that. So I do hope you got a lot out of this course. I've really tried to give you a good understanding of how you could literally go and get your ads set up today. And that's the full idea of covering several businesses out there. And I'd love your feedback. So this is how you can do this again. Write me a text testimonial. I mean, it's taken quite a long time to put this course together, trying to think what you'd need, what level you'd need it at, honest view of the course, because I do plan to run these again, and I obviously want to get things better and better. Or a quick video on your phone and message me, Elaine Marie Sanderson, or I can simply call you. So email me with your phone number and I'll give you a buzz and we can have a chat. So the email is support@zingleadagency.com. So at this point, you and your business will definitely fall into 3 categories. I want you to stay with me because this is really quite interesting. You may be happy what you've learned in these 2 days, and that's fantastic, that's fine. And all I ask you for is a testimonial. That would be absolutely brilliant for me. Thank you very, very much. Or you may have decided that, yeah, it's great, but you'd rather a done for service. Well, we are a lead agency and that's what we do. We take on clients and get you these leads and do all this work for you. You may decide you're better at selling and you just want to stick to that. So if that's the case, you do need to apply, and email me again and I will literally send you a form, support@zingleadagency.com, and I'll sing you a form, and then we'll see if we're a right fit for each other. Now, others of you out there may think, well, it's great, I love this stuff, I can see I can get my ads up and running, but I've only had so long to cover everything. So the good news is I have a further coaching in bite-sized chunks over the next 4 weeks. Now, it's an incredible offer because this is a brand new course. So it's not really, it's coaching rather than a course, because I'm going to be live. I'm going to be with you, with your businesses. This is a brand new course that I'm generating. I'm calling it the beta version. And I literally am taking people on at such a ridiculous price, because I feel if you pay a little bit of money for it, you will work at it. There's nothing worse than having something free and think, well, it was free, it doesn't matter anyway, I won't work at it. Okay, this is beta version for me, and I'm literally at the edge of creating this course live every week for you at some really ridiculously low price, because at the end of the day, I want it to work for you. You've invested. So I just want to hear to the end. Not everybody wants to pay agency fees. It's going to be way, way higher if we do it for you, but that's fine, because I understand people do want it that way as well. So I'm calling it the Fast Facebook Ads Fast Track course. That's a bit of a mouthful. It's building on what you've learned so far, so you can really ramp this up in your business. Now, the results you'll be able to get at the end of it is you'll be able to plummet your lead costs. You'll be able to increase your conversions, and with way less stress, because there are way better and more sophisticated ways of doing things. So week 1, now keep in mind, I've set this over 4 weeks, but if we need 6 weeks, we'll take 6 weeks. You know, if you feel, the good thing about this live coaching is that I'm going to have you on board with me. You'll be telling me stuff and I'll be actually altering the course as we go along. You'll get more out of it for your business than if it's simply an online course where you watch it and it's not live anymore. Okay, so week 1, we're going to look at driving the cost down, different ways to keep it in your pocket. So that includes how to plummet your advertising costs by further refining your audiences. And a bit of a no-brainer, how to retarget your own website visitors with custom audiences and lookalikes the right way. Okay, now we did sort of touch on that, but that will be covered in week 1. The powerful use of the Facebook picks on how to use it. If you don't use this, you are missing out on a massive trick with Facebook advertising. And after testing, how to recognize your poor performing ads and what to do with them so you don't chuck your money down the drain. And the perfect landing page, and how to set up landing pages without having to go to your web person and get them to put one on for you. Because if you're testing, you continually need like a slightly different landing page. You don't really want to keep having to pay somebody to do that for you. You can do it yourself quite easily. Week 2, the plan is to cover ad copy, photos and video made super easy. So I'm going to show you the 2 ways to create two ways to create video ads without ever making a video yourself, not picking up your phone or a camera, and the 3 biggest mistakes you can make with your videos that can lose you money. Let's have a look. Okay, racing ahead now. How to put compelling text on photos the easy way. You don't have to use Photoshop. Free little bit of software where you can put all the text on. We did talk about the 20% rule yesterday. If you're struggling to get images and photos, where you can get them completely free for images in any industry for your ad campaigns, and I do use this as well if I'm stuck with certain clients. How to write compelling copy that makes your potential clients light up and sit up. Copy is the key to pulling in your prospective clients, and there are certain rules and ingredients that you need, and we're going to be covering all that, so all your ads will work as optimum as they possibly can through your testing phases. So what piece of free software you can actually use to create all your ads with your pictures and text. So a lot of this can be made a lot easier with various bits of software and tools we can use. Week 3, the plan is to cover the holy grail of marketing. If we need more on each subject, we'll create more time. How to create messenger ads on Facebook where leads are automatically messaged to your prospects. We've used this with restaurants and it's really, really effective. They're so powerful, and nobody ignores their phone now. So all these lead ads can get straight to your prospect's phone, where you follow up by messenger. And also we're going to learn how you can spy on your competition to see what they're up to and how they are doing things, so you can be one step ahead. Also, how to set up your own Facebook page with automated messaging. So when people land on your page, you've all seen it, haven't you, where you get these automated messages. You can set up your own. If you're not there, at least they've got a response and it looks really professional. And if you do slip up and get banned off of the Facebook platform, the trick you can use to get your account back. Now, not many know this. I've learned the trick because it's happened to me a couple of times. And I've even got now a specialist Facebook advisor helping me with some of my ads. So I've learned the trick how to do this. Also, week 4, we're keeping our ads working and in control. So what to do when your ads when they get seen a few times, they start to tire and your lead number starts dropping and costs tend to rise. How to keep them, how to keep the ads getting the leads you need. There are certain things you need to do to refresh them, to keep them working for you as they work through your audience. And how to know at which point to switch the ads off, okay? Which are the money drainers. So you need to read Facebook metrics the right way. There are a few sort of key things in Facebook that you know really when things are time to sort of stop backing the losers. How to automate your ads. So you can automate them so that you might be out, you know, for a couple of days on holiday and you get an email or a ping every time that your lead cost goes up beyond what you want it to go up, or your leads start to drop off. So you can automate them to get notified. So then you go, oh, I better look into my account, see what's going on. It's been left a few days now, so I'll just go and have a quick nosy and adjust them or do what I need to do. Week 4, we're going to keep our ads working controlled, continued. How to send your leads. I've shown you how to download your leads. The only thing with that is it's great to download them, but literally it's a bit of cumbersome because every time you get a new lead, you have to download a new list. There are certain ways just to send them straight to your Google spreadsheet so they build up in there. You don't have to think about downloading them all the time. A really useful tool that is. And also how to send them straight to your phone so that your phone pings, you've got your lead there, you can ring from this app, that it's our lead management app. You can ring, text, email from the app without even having to go on Facebook. They're all controlled from the palm of your hands. That's my clients use it, I use it. It's one of the best tools I've ever used. How to send your leads straight to an email campaign so you can nurture them with emails and newsletters. We said yesterday, 30% of your leads may not be ready to buy. So by nurturing them, you will get them more ready over a period of time. And you know, we talked about that snowball effect. So the Facebook Ads Track course, we're having 4 live coaching sessions. I only want people on that are serious. I don't want people thinking, well, I'll give it a go. I want results out of this because the more testimonials I get and the more results you get, it's a win-win for both of us. So week 1, we're going to be driving down your costs. Week 2, we're going to focus on ad copy and getting your photos and videos made super easy, and the bit of software you can use that really, really sort of just cut your time literally in half and make it so much easier. Week 3, we're going to cover the holy grail of marketing, which is going to be talking about audiences and retargeting and lookalikes and custom audiences and how you can use that to drive down, and the holy grail of marketing essentially. Also keeping our ads working for us, automated, when they tire, what to do with them. So yeah, it's going to be a really, really interesting session. What I'm looking at this is results for you. If I can get results for you, I've won. And if you can get results for you, you've obviously won. So I do want people serious. Now I will be selling this, not now, I will be selling this at roughly the 1500 mark, and that's minimum, okay? But this is through the beta stage. So I'm going to give you my full support. I'm also going to be doing group sessions, not only the live training and the coaching, but we're going to be getting on board and we're going to be talking with each other. You show me campaigns. I'll tell you where you might be going wrong, what you can do, which really, really helps to speed things up for you and could be the difference between winning and losing, and all your questions answered. So here's what you get. You're going to get 4 live training sessions, coaching. It's not an online course, it's live coaching with me. We're going to be getting our group sessions every week. And if it takes longer than 4 weeks, we'll take longer than 4 weeks. We'll take as long as it needs to get you results. plus the bonuses. I'm going to show you how to handle your leads from the moment they land to optimize your conversions. And there is a very clever way to filter out time wasters. So I'll be showing you that. I'm also going to give you pre-written ad copy templates so that I know are proven winners. Okay, I've used them. All my colleagues in my mastermind group use these particular templates. You don't have to start from scratch. If you get writer's block, this is going to be the thing for you. Proven baits and incentives that fire your imagination. So you might be struggling thinking, I really haven't got a clue what bait, because on these ads you do need a bait. It's like fishing, to get the best trout you need a nice bait. No difference with this. So I'm going to show you about 10 different business models, what baits they use and what's worked in the past, so that it really fires your imagination. And also I'm going to show you how you can create a stunning Facebook page without being a designer. Okay, it's completely free, this bit of software, and you go in and it's just drag and drop, and it's literally incredible to get a really nice Facebook page header and the 3 simple rules for your header that you need to follow to be seen on mobile and all the devices. Also, for people in I name businesses that do information, how to create a free report for your business with catchy, compelling headlines in less than 24 hours. And the extra bonus is I'm giving away my 6-part course. Now, I know some of you on this call bought this course a little while ago, but because we are in crisis time, I am giving this away free now. And it is on my website for £497, but I'm giving it away. And this is my Google First Page Mastery course. And it's how to rank your business in Google in less than 30 days. Now, I'll only say, it sounds a bit hypey, but when I say less than 30 days, I mean businesses out there can get ranked in Google less than 30 days. And it just depends, and I've done it for businesses, depends where you are, what you do, what your competition's like. But all the advice in here will massively shoot your business up the Google rankings, proven time and time again. That I'm giving that away to you for free completely. You'll join my membership site and that will all be in there to go through at your leisure, because what we want to do is obviously pay for our leads, but there's nothing better than free traffic, completely free traffic. So if you want results like this, leads coming in, really good lead prices, you're not having to pay a lead agency. After working with Elaine, I've now spent $250 a month on ads and I get 50 inquiries roughly. I'm so grateful. I'm off Groupon now. I was making so little after Groupon. It's a godsend I found Elaine and the Zing agency. This chap here, Sarah Christine, this lady here. So far I've spent $375 on ads, but made that back 5-fold. Okay, so if you want results like that, we've got the 4 webinars or coaching sessions, our group sessions where we all get together, questions and answers, unlimited email support, plus my course on Google First Page Mastery. You can do this another way. Yes, you can do this another way. You could pay somebody like us to do it. That's fine. Zip me an email and I can hop on a chat with you. You can spend time learning this stuff yourself. Obviously, that's not going to be fast track. I mean, it's taken me years to get all this stuff under my belt and get the results for my clients. So yes, you could do this on your own, and there's no harm. I'd like your testimonial if that's the way you're deciding to go. But you're not going to pay that $14.97 today. I'm going to give you an amazing offer because I want this to work for you and I want this to help businesses in this time of need. I know if you make a small investment, you'll work at it. Okay. Anybody giving something for free, it's proven they don't really take it with a pinch of salt. I want your success story because your success is my success. And I'm looking for people to partner with and spread the word. And after this storm is over and things are settled down, I will be selling this at a much higher price as I know the results it gets businesses. Okay, I know. So I am going to be offering that at some point, a minimum value of $14.97. But for the next 20 minutes only, I'm going to charge £397 for all that training, all that support. I'm holding you by the hand every step of the way and will take as long as it takes to get you results. I only want serious people to apply, and the way you go about it is you go to zingleadagency.com/Facebook. Now, once this course matures and becomes it will become an online course, and there won't be so much personal attachment to it. Obviously, it's going to become more online. People watch it at their own leisure. So zingleadagency.com/Facebook. And also, for those of you who think, well, okay, it's hard times at the minute, I'm just not sure, I'm going to offer you a 30-day risk-free trial. So after 30 days, if you really feel that it's not for you, you think, oh, well, okay, I will give all your money back. Okay, I'll give all your money back. So a 30-day, you've got my email. I'm sure you can find my phone number. I'm not running away anywhere. So what you get then is you get your 4 weeks. If it takes 6, it takes 6. We're going to see how it goes on this one. This is the beta test, right down in the trenches, just me and you and your business. Week 1, drive the costs down. Week 2, all your ad copy photos. Week 3, the holy grail of marketing. And week 4, keeping our ads working for us continually. So let's go through the bonuses again. How to get rid of time wasters, handling your leads, all the ad copy templates, proven baits, incentives, your Facebook, how to get a really stunning header, and the 3 simple rules to get your header seen properly on all devices, how to create a compelling free report if you're in certain niches within 24 hours. And I'm giving away my Google My Business First Page Mastery course. So as I say, 30-day risk-free trial, next 20 minutes, $397. So I really have enjoyed teaching you. I've got a lot of questions. How would this course cover both my business? Okay. Now, I'm going to try and enlarge these because they're quite long questions. Let's have a look. I said email them, but let's just quickly go through. What time have we got? We've got enough time. We're fine. Would this course cover both my business and my wife's? Okay. For some reason, it's not showing the full question. That's really annoying. Let me just see if I can enlarge it. Right. So one window company. And yes, I mean, basically, yes, it can cover, as I said yesterday, if you're into rare frogs, probably not a good idea. Or if you're selling to over 80s, 85, probably. But any business is going to benefit from this course. Okay, now if it's both of you, it's Scott, isn't it? If it's both of you, you can come on together. I can see that your business and my wife's, so one window company and I'm trying to see that it won't let me see the rest. Isn't that odd? Oh, here we go. And one online shop. Yes. Yeah. In fact, I've got more training on e-commerce. Now, as I'm going along with this course, I'm going to be picking your brains and saying, look, what do you want to know about? And if I get like a show of hands, I will direct the course. I'll cover my content because I know it's important, but I'll also cover additional content. So I've actually got a lot of information on online shops. So yeah, great. That's a definite. Would. Okay. They've updated this software. It's not easy to read now. Online homeware shop. Yes, definitely. As I said, I've got more training on how to run it for online shops, different tactics, but it was outside the scope. How long would each session be? Well, that's a good question. Well, I'd say anywhere from an hour upwards. It depends how tired people get. Again, I'm going to get off your feedback. We can go on for 2 hours. It just depends. If people are tiring, we got to get through this content, okay? But I don't want to bombard you either. So if we do it in shorter sessions and go longer, that's fine by me. So I'll be talking to you about that as we go along. Yeah, e-commerce, right? Would like more info on managing. Okay, why can't I see who this question's from? It's honestly, I'm really sorry about this. Oh, Katrina, sorry. Yes, more information on managing the leads. Yes, I have got a little course I put together on how you manage your leads, and it is purely for my clients. When I take them on and get them their leads, it sounds like a little bit of I'm mother baby syndrome, but I have to mother them, right? Because if they come back to me and say the leads are no good, I'll say, well, why? What's wrong with them then? They say, well, you know, and I'll say, well, what have you done? Have you done this? Well, no. So I have got a course on how you manage your leads. Yes, and I'll let you have that if you do this yourself. Definitely. That's already been done. That is a big part of this equation, not just getting your leads, but it does make me quite angry sometimes when people think they can just do nothing with them and they're just going to get these results. That's not the case. So that's a big one. Thank you, Katrina. That will definitely be in the course. Rather than a website, can you? Well, we've covered that. This is not what. All right. I don't know why that is, Sergio. Right. Okay. Is there any more questions? If not, email them me and I'm going to do a video for you. So yeah, thank you so much. I really hope that this has helped. Facebook ads are so powerful and it's my biggest marketing platform now. I use it way more than Google ads because I can just target the right people. And yeah, it takes a little bit of time. It's not going to happen overnight, but if you give yourself, say, four weeks, you'll notice a massive difference in your learning curve. Okay, so can I answer any more? I think we're all happy, aren't we? Great, Scott, thank you. Yeah, be interesting to work with you. Yeah, I can certainly help. Obviously, I know the window niche very well, but I've worked for chiros, physios, basically restaurants, nutrition companies, all sorts of companies out there. So a lot of the same rules apply, but you just have to play things slightly differently. Okay. Okay, well, I really hope you've got a lot out of it. I don't seem to get any more questions coming in, but as I say, I would love your feedback. That, for me, the most important thing out of this course is your feedback. And as a business owner, that's what you should be thinking as well. So you should be always getting feedback on the way you're doing your services. Any bad feedback is not bad feedback. It's just constructive, and then you change and adjust with time. Okay, so I'm going to go to that last page. If anybody else is interested in joining me for the next few weeks, well, I hold you by your hand. You've got your 30-day back guarantee. I'm going to leave that up for a little while, and zingleadagency.com/Facebook. Okay. And but I will be sending you this as well. So I know Sergio's lost audio. I don't know why. It must be something wrong. It sounds awful, but your end there, because I think everybody else is hearing. Okay. Thank you so much for listening, and I really hope keep in contact and let me know how you're getting on with your ads. Yeah. So, and find me any email you want to. Thank you very much.